Predictions and Prophecies, Chapter 4. The world today is full of badness. We're saddened to see what people call goodness and spirituality. There is nothing spiritual about much of the behaviour we see, as many go about their business just for themselves under the guise of caring for others. Money is what drives and motivates most people, this and their ego. They are so busy calling others names and yet forget to look into their own souls. This is all set to change with what is to come about in years to come. This business of going about their work in ways that are only to use others rather than help them is now to start going wrong for them all as we make sure obstacles are put in their path. Doors that were once open to them are now to be closed. Avenues they once had to walk down are to be firmly shut, as they grope their way through life, trying to see why all has suddenly changed for them. The ones who used to listen to them and believe their lies are now to have their eyes opened. The world of spirituality, as people have looked at it for so long, is now to be seen for the truth of what it is really about. More and more people are to turn back to God as they realise the empty lies and promises they have been fed for years bring them no comfort, hope or joy. Only emptiness and sorrow are theirs as they continue to seek everywhere, yet find nothing to appease them. Money they have spent trying to find answers has been wasted, and this they are now to come to recognise at last. The words we give to the one who writes this for us, and others we have around the world, are now to be listened to. Doors will be opened to them that once stayed firmly shut, as the people of the world are now beginning to listen to the truths they bring. Once more people realise their searching has brought them nothing from the others, they will start to listen more to what our people have to say as they spread our words to them. Those words will now be readily received, as in the end, the ones who seek will find their search rewarded with the truths God brings to them all. It matters not what name they use for the Almighty, as we are aware all of your world have their own beliefs. But be assured, my friends, He does exist, and in a way none of you realise yet, but will one day know about. Things you have been told in the past will now start to come around again. More will look to the holy books your world has to offer to those willing to read them, and will acknowledge what is within them. It matters not which books these are, as all hold their truth. It is a truth that will bring those who learn to trust and believe to where it is that will bring the utmost peace, joy, and love when their time comes. The rest of what your world has to offer is full of empty promises and nothingness. Those who have nothing and are prepared not to listen will find they remain lost and alone on their path and journey. But worry not for them, as this is an early life here they lead in your world, and in their next lifetime they too will see more of the things we have for them when they come to our world and join us. They have many lives left to live in your world, and those who are now ready to listen are near the end of theirs. Many lives will have to be lived where you are now until you reach the very end of your journey and path of learning. Those who ridicule and threaten others for having more knowledge are the least aware of your world. Some of these call themselves very spiritual and aware beings, and yet they deceive themselves and others who are foolish enough to listen to them. Do not be deceived, dear friends, by these people who offer much of nothing but empty words, and praise more for themselves and the things of the world. The more they offer you, the less it is real in our world. The rewards of life are not to be found where you are, but in the world you will one day come to. There are many paths and there are many routes, but all lead to one place in the end. Not all will be able to reach that final destination on leaving the world you live in this time, as many journeys have to be undertaken until you're ready to take that final path that leads to glory and to God. Worry not, though, as one day it too shall be yours. Excuse me. Be assured, my friends, that each journey you undertake will bring you closer to your final destination, and one day that love, joy, and glory will be yours, as you join us in our heavenly world we inhabit. It is called a heavenly world by your people, and this is a very suitable name, for it is indeed all you could wish for and more, but it is not easily won. It has to be worked for, and worked hard, in order to achieve what this brings to those who eventually achieve it. Much has to be learned and suffered in your world first, in order for you not only to learn, but to be cleansed. Each thing you suffer in your world is done for cleansing purposes, and you better accept what befall you, the more the cleansing achieved. The worse you accept it, the less you will attain. So be wary, my friends, of how you behave and accept those things that befall you in life, for they are the ones that will determine how quickly you will attain higher levels and less lives needed to be spent in your dismal world. We call it dismal, as it does not hold that one being that is above us all, the one who has promised all to those who give back to him what it is he gives you. All glory to be given to the one who affords you the gifts and the pleasures you have in the world you live in. If it was not for him, my friends, you would be nothing. You would cease to exist, and there would be no point to anything. You may not believe, and that is your choice, as he gave you free will. But we tell you, for those who do believe, for those who persevere, and for those who stand firm in their faith and trust, the rewards are to be immense. One day this can be for all of you if you listen and heed the things we tell you and teach you through those who have been chosen to spread our words.